All right, guys, here we go. Friday, September 16th, already getting through the first half of the month. And looking at the Dow Jones daily chart here. As you can see, all week, big sell off. We did come down coincidentally, that we've been talking about that 0.786 fib. We've hit it. We'll see if we can hold there and reverse, or that won't be until next week. Or if we come down this little low pivot here, find support and try to get an oversold, probably dead cat bounce, be honest with you, back up a little ways here. And then on the S&P 500, a little bit more detail here regarding this low pivot. Really, it was a gap. So you had these red candles selling off here. Kind of a double bottom with this low pivot area to the left. And then we gapped up, see the green candle, gapped up, closed it, and the rest is history. Coming down into it, so that'd be, gap support here. If we lose that, then we have gap fill, which would be right on top of here. And then I'm just putting that blue dash line for the worst case scenario. If we come down to that low pivot and that 0.786 on the S&P 500, then we'll start looking. Basically, we're looking in this range in order to say, okay, maybe the market's about ready to temporarily, anyway, pause, kind of trade sideways, and possibly, rally back up. But we're not going to, jump on any longs until we get confirmation of that. And then even when we do, those stop losses will be, high and tight, trust me. So here we are on the NASDAQ, and we like the NASDAQ because it generally runs the hardest first, breakout to the upside, and then of course it's going to drop. So it's kind of a leading indicator, if you will, for other markets out there. And what we have here, coincidentally, is this low pivot. And pivot is just a 180, a 180 turn here. If you pull back, then you turn 180 back up to, so if it's a low pivot, then if it's at the top, and generally it's, starts out with, one or more green candles, and then finishes up with a red opposite color candle, obviously, and then you pivot down 180, and then you find that support, previous high-low pivots, moving average, fib line, one or all of those are most times in that area where you see price, either reverse and pivot up, or, after a long, not a long, but a little bit of a uptrend, you can get that reverse and pivot down. So that's what we will be looking for. And right now, it looks like the NASDAQ, if I can get this, thing running right here, we had this gap. Okay, we came down, pivot, see 180, reverse, came back up, and then we actually gapped up. So you have a space there. We haven't really filled all that, but today we've come down there and putting that little indecision spinning top doji there, filling that area, and see how it's holding. So you always got to look left. The answer, 99% of the time, the answer to where price is either coming down to or going up to is going to be over here on the left, okay? And then, of course, everybody wants to know about Bitcoin. Here we are. All right. Let me bring this in and you actually see something. This blue dash line up here, I know there's a lot on here, but blue dash line right here is our all-time high from 2017, okay? And we keep that on there just kind of as a reference point, kind of see, where price is currently, in relationship to that all-time high. And then down here, quite honestly, this blue dash line is our last safety lines, last safety net, last hope, basically about 18,900 for us to hold, kind of where we are now. And basically, if we lose that, then, we're going down to the weekly fib lines there, the 0.5, the 0.618, and the 0.5 is around that 16,000 area. So if we lose this, we're going to be very easily into the teens and, moving lower. But before we, get into that panic zone, let's just deal with what we're dealt with here. Not too bad of a candle today. Considering the U.S. markets, how they're pushing to the downside. Little spinning top, indecision doji. So tomorrow we could get a little bounce here, but I wouldn't jump in right now without that confirmation. But a lot of times, if we close today with the type of formation, type of candle we have, potentially we could reverse this back to the upside. Then look at the DXY US dollar currency index. Now the red dash line up here is, a multi-year high-low pivot area, resistance area, and you actually have to come over to, what is this? 1986. See right here, that high pivot. We were talking about pivots earlier. Green, red, 180 pivot to the downside. Of course, the 200 was there to kind of, make it or break it, but price can get back up over it after, we came under it. So that's where we are. And then right here, this high pivot here from 2000. And we went back up into it here, 2002, but couldn't get back up and over that red dash line of resistance. And lo and behold, you go right to the daily to even narrow it down. And that's, these charts are crazy. It's amazing how, from 86, 1986, 2000, 2002, you can see where that resistance is. So we'll see. We could pull back in there, make a higher low and go. But it's going to be interesting. It seems the Fed now has changed teams and they're supporting, the U.S. dollar. And, a lot of reasons, for that and why they are doing that. So we'll see if it keeps up. Now, little trick here. I have a big bullish engulfing clearing takeout candle, this green candle here. As long as we're trading in this top part of the candle, the upper quarter, even upper third of it, then potentially odds, probability, that's all we have to really go on. The dollar could continue up, pretty easily. If we stay in this upper range of this candle, you start getting below the 50% range. In other words, half of it between the very low, very high. And obviously here, the 20s there, you start getting below it again, meaning trading, closing daily candles, and you could, odds probability that you come back in. But right now, and then another little trick, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it'll be, Monday or Tuesday, we should see a breakout or a breakdown. So if you're looking to long the dollar, probably hold off until you get confirmation, no financial advice. Or if you're looking to short it, might wait till you get a confirmation. See, like right in there, there's consolidation and a breakout here. Now it was, pretty quickly that breakout was put out, but here we are again right up there. And we'll wait and see if there's more gas in the tank for the dollar to, push up once it does, break out, if that's the plan. But okay, guys, hang in there. Thanks so much, and we will see you on the charts.